All right, good morning and welcome to the Anaheim Convention Center in beautiful, sunny downtown Anaheim, California. We are here for the Southern California, Southern Nevada Championship Tournament, day number 2, here on Memorial Day, Monday, May 25th. We are lined up, locked in, ready for a banger of a match. Let's cheer these fine, talented student athletes on to victory for day 2. Currently ranked 8th out of the 172 teams playing. Let's cheer them on from the virtual sidelines in the comfort of your own living rooms, on your cellular device, your laptop, your iPhone. All right, we are fired up for some serve, receive, pass, set, kills today here on court number 6 for the final regional tournament. All right, on the court, our lineup in the middle blocker position, we got Liliana Swanson, our setter, Marley Bemis, our outside, Tristan Bailey, the big show, number 23, pin hitter, along with Anaya Thornton. And in our pink libero jersey, we have Chris Cadeas. And we are up against Forza 1 North for the first play of the first match of today. Nice dig by Chris. And a kill by Tristan. All right. They called no touch and out. Point Forza 1 North. Run of show today is players arrived at 7:30 here on the court. They rep the first match. And they play now here at 9 a.m. All right, depending on the outcome of this match, they will either play at 10 or play at 11. We're looking for them to play up, so they need to win and stay in it to win it. All right, point number 3 goes to Forza 1 North. All right, serve goes into the net. We'll take a free point. It's time to start earning our own points, though. All right, Lily's flanked by Shoa and Tristan. Marley back to serve, and the serve is good. All right, got hands, unable to reach it. Point Forza. 4 serving 1. Back set over to Tristan. Tristan hits it wide and out. All right, our second free point will now make 2 serving 5. All right, Tristan back to serve. Lollipop up and over into that right corner. Ooh, bullet comes down just out of reach by our libero. All right, Forza serve goes wide and out. That is our third free point. It's time to start earning them. With Lily back to serve. Abby checked in, Chris checks out. Abby's up there with Anaya and Shoa. Serve is good. All right. Forza's hit comes down, favor of Forza. Wrong side of 7. 7 serving 3. Serve goes into the net. We're keeping up with the free points. All right, Shoa back to serve. Abby's up there with Anaya and Marley. Our serve goes into the net. Trading free points. All right, floater goes to Tristan. Marley for the short, quick set to Abby. All right, error on Forza, point LOVB. 5 serving 8. Anaya's back to serve. All right, serve is good. Oh, tooled at the block. Point Forza. There we go. Pass, set, kill. Grab your keys. These girls are getting locked in. All right. Hit comes down hard. Point Forza. Now double-digit territory. All right. Still in system. Caught a hand.
So puts it up. Marley for the jump option.
All right, again, the option for the dunk. Back set over to Shoa. Taps it over. Again, got a hand on it, left foot. All right, timeout, LOVB. All right, so far with yesterday's day 1 match, team season record across all 56 matches. Season to date stands at 33 wins and 23 losses. That's a 59% W rate. 9 games over 500. That's where these fine young athletes stand. All right, 12 serving 6. Halfway there. Nice block at the net. Point LOVB. All right. Lily's up there with Shoa and Tristan. And Marley Bemis, number 12, back to serve. Serve is good. Oh, Forza found a spot. All right, serve goes to Anaya. Marley for a tap set. Lily for the tap over the net. Ball goes long. All right, Tristan for the lollipop serve. Shoa got the touch. Now 9-7-13. All right, just over the tape. Serve is good. Nice hit. Chris picks that one up. Lily taps it over. Molly's there for the tip. Chris for the set. Show for the hit. Ball lands in the right corner. Point Forza. All right, there we go with the hit. Anaya's catching a pair of hands. Point. Put us in double-digit territory. 10-14. All right, Chris checks out. Abby checks in. Lily back to serve. All right, floater up and over the net. All right, tooled on the block. Point Forza. Lily checks out. Chris checks in. Tristan picks up the serve. Chris for the set. Anaya for the hit into the net. Anaya picks up the serve. Molly for the set. Show for the push over. Got him tight against the net. Point LOVB. All right, floater over the net. All right, ball goes long. Point LOVB. LOVE, those 3 points. All right, the big show, back to serve. Oh, nice touch over the net. Landed in. Point Forza. All right, serve it in the net. All right, Anaya back to serve. All right. On recovered. Point Forza. All right, Chris picks it up. Anaya's looking to use a foot. All right, push to the outside. Tristan with the hit. Chris gets hands on it. Comes back free by Anaya. Block goes out. All right, we're trading up Big Show for Big Pork. Gnarly Marley for Big Red. Number 86, Late Tone Devereaux. Hails from Marymount High School. And number 8, Jaden Meyer. There you go, Jaden. Nice joust at the net. Chris is there to pick it up. Leighton with the set over to her outside. It's a battle around the net right now. All right, nice touch. All right, Chris picks it up over serve into the net and came back at us. 21 serving 13 now. All right, serve goes to Anaya. Leighton for the quick set. All right, ball got on, but play was done. Good point. Abby checks out. Lily checks in. Middle blocker flanked by Jaden Meyer and Tristan Bailey. Chris serves, hits the tape. Point Forza. Down by 7. All right, Nia takes the serve. Quick set over to Lily. Gets him tied up at the net. Point LOVD. All right, we got another big swap coming in. Jaden and Leighton check out. Shoa and Marley check in. Marley back to serve. Ooh, nice angle. Shoa is there to pick it up. Set goes over to Tristan. Got the touch. Point LOVD. All right, floater goes over the net. Back to our outside, comes back right at us into the block. All right, Chris picks up the serve. Marley to the set. Over to Shoa. Shoa hits downtown by Cooley Brown for the kill. Well placed. All right, Tristan back to serve. Into the net. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you got to keep going up that hill. That hill is not too far to climb. The side out, right here. Anaya picks it up. Marley for the set. Back to Anaya on the corner. Oh, and they're serving up pancakes on Forza's side. Back to Anaya. Let's get it. Second time's a charm. All right, we're going to go 3. Forza hits it into the net. Got him chasing. Chris checks out. Abby checks in. Lily back to serve. Oh, floater into the net. All right, set point for Forza. Billy checks out, Chris checks in. Oh, serve receive error. Set goes to Forza. But wait, there's more. We're going to go into a second set here. It is best of 3, looking for a reverse sweep. There's been, throughout the season, 19 matches have gone to 3 sets. Coming out of Salt Lake City, this team has really turned around that reverse sweep. I'm being told I have some stats to share, so we'll dive deep here.
Happy America Day.
What's up, K-Town? Have a sweater.
Thank you. What else we got?
Well, we know who the best in the West is. It's these 12 young girls right here on the court. They've battled, been on occasion bruised, however remain in the top 12. Division I leaders of the 185 teams, 175 of those teams are currently on the courts with us today, battling it out. The team ranks number 8 out of the top 12 in open division. In the third Southern California, Southern Nevada tourney, that particular tournament was a loss in 3, and Forza was one of them. All right. This is where fun meets competition, but the team's motto is high fives and good vibes out here on the court today. Is that the same breed as you have? Yeah. It is, isn't it? Yeah. I saw Gabby falling in love with him.
It's a
Doodle? I don't know. All right, so again, today's run of show, we're playing at 9. Depending on the outcome of this match, they have 2 guaranteed final matches to close down the regional championship to land somewhere in the top 12. On the court right now, our squad is locked in. We got Lily up there in the middle blocking position, flanked by Anaya and Shoa. Tristan, Bailey, number 22, is back to serve. In the white libero jersey, we have Chris Cadeas, number 3, and our setter, Marley Venus, number 12. All right, the down ref has made his list. He's checked it twice. And we're going to find out how naughty or nice these girls can be to this Forza team. I'm hoping for not nice. All right, Lily for the set. Anaya for a great kill to start it off. LOVB is on the board with 1 point. All right, Tristan's serve is good. All right, ball lands in, point Forza. All right, high set over to Anaya, slaps the take, comes down. Forza's gonna bring it back. Comes down just out of reach. Oh, comes down hard. All right, through the block, Anaya hits it. They get gunned up at the tape. Point LOVB. Lily checks out. Abby checks in. Chris back to serve. Oh, again. Same result. All right, push back down. So the winner of this match will advance to the top 6. And the loser will advance to the bottom 6. All right, out, no touch, point LOVB. Little score correction. We're tied at 4. Shella back to serve. All right. Five serving 4. All right. All right. Gets pushed out, no touch. Point LOVB. All right. And no one's there to catch the tip. Six serving 5. Anaya pulls it over. Overpass lands into the court side. All right. Slapped over the tape. Nice quick set over to Abby Harold, number 17, our middle blocker. For the proverbial wrong side of 6'7". Ava Chappelle back to serve, number 4. Appreciated you coming out and visiting, Mark. But here in person to see her go ace, 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 I'm telling you, that is something. Well served, serving up life. One serve at a time. So smooth, gets it over the tape. Comes back, picks up the hit. All right, here we go. Let's make that a 2-point run so far. They're so smooth. Absolutely eating it on the court today. All right, floater goes over the net. Goes through our defenders on the back row. Point Forza. 8s all around. Ava checks out. Lily checks in. All right, serve goes to Chris. Molly for the long cross-court set where no one's there. Did not receive a whistle. No point awarded. All right, Naya picks up the serve. Marley for the long cross-court set. Over to Tristan. And Naya wants to play soccer with it. Put her on the soccer field, Mom. There we go. Okay, a little out of system. Ugly, but it's over. There you go. Way to dig it. Can you dig it? Oh. She's a regular Bollywood star, not able to get it up and over it. All right, the Big Show checks out number 23, Showa. Big Red, number 8, Jade Meyer checks in, back row. Oh, okay, took the option, successfully accomplished. The dump and then the roll across the net, just out of reach. All right, Marley hits it down the line on the serve. Back in system. Yeah, back in system. And in double-digit territory now. 10 serving 11. All right, again, down the line. And hit goes long and out. Tied at 11s. 11-11. Serve goes into the net. All right, way to dig it. Can you dig it? Yes, we can. Well dug by 5 foot. Number 3, Chris Cabeas from St. Joseph's High School. Well dug. All right, on offense, Tristan Bailey back to serve. High floater over the tape. All right, Lily's up there with Jaden and Marley. Set goes over to Anaya through the block. Again, nice block at the net. Ooh, a roller off the thumb. Yep. Yeah, there we go. We got an up ref. We got an up ref call on that. All right, Chris back to serve. Abby now at the middle, flanked by Anaya and Jaden. Nice serve over the net. Oh. Trying to pick up the tip with a toe. All right, set goes over to Anaya, catching hands. Ball goes out of reach from Forza, tied at 14s. These girls are eating on the court today. There we go. Taps the tape. Free ball up and over to Tristan. Marley for the back set. Abby for the slide to catch that back corner. And it is returned up and over. Back in system. Marley for the set over to Anaya. Catches the back fire lane for the point. Well done. All right, Jaden gets it over the net. And, yep, net violation by Forza, point LOVD. How fortuitous. All right, Jaden Meyer, Big Red, back to serve. Big shout out to John. He was here with us yesterday on courtside. All right, there you go. Can you dig it? All right, there we go. Okay. All right, taps the tape lands in. Point LOVD. Woo! Yes. All right, that'll be a Forza Taco About It timeout. So we pause here for station identification. These girls are actually playing spectacular warfare out here on the court as I'm getting a head shake from my wife with my commentary. May the spike be with you, Annihilator. All right, again, Jaden Meyer back to serve. 17, serving 14. All right, ball goes long. Point Forza. right, Marley for the set. Tristan for the back row attack. Abby for the bump. Marley for the cross court set. Over to Anaya. Absolute psychological warfare here. She is slaying the court. A Bollywood star shining bright. All right, serve goes over. All right, there you go. Way to dig it. Gummed up the court. Nice return by Jaden. All right, side out. Anaya picks up the pass. Tristan for the kill. All right, Abby checks out. Lily checks in. And so smooth. Back to serve. Serve is good. All right, light touch. Tap over the tape in favor of Forza. All right, Chris checks back in our white libero jersey. Serve goes to Anaya. Marley for the option. A block with Jaden there to pick it up. Oh, okay. The book left on the shelf is just unread. Much like that play, just unread. Okay, here we go. Anaya's up. Chris for the set. Tristan for the hit. Anaya picks up the dig. Shouts at the net in favor of LOVB. Good battle with the net. All right, number 12, Marley Bemis, future Division I Oregon State Beaver, up to serve, and serve is good. And the block at the net by Big Red. Woo! Let's go! All right, Lily's flanked by Jaden and Tristan. And gnarly Marley looks to put it down the line with the serve. Chris for the dig, Marley for the cross-court set over to Tristan. Ooh, but the block comes back on return. All right, Chris digs it. Marley sets it. Back row attack by Anaya. Anaya returns with the return. There we go. Out! Yes! Let's go! Well played. Great court acumen here. Take a pause here for a little station identification. 88.3 LOVB. These girls are playing harder than I pun almost. Almost. Just gotta volley, believe in yourself. Stay calm and volley on. All right, Tristan puts a floater over the net. Nice block by Lily. Lily gets it up. Tristan for the set, over to Anaya for the redirect across the net. Oh. All right, did you see that one, or was it just a blur? Is this thing on? All right. Yeah. All right, Chris Cabeas back to serve. Puts it over the net. All right. Point Forza. 23 serving. 21. Tristan picks up the serve. Marley for the joust. Abby for the hit. Abby goes over. Point Forza. Timeout. All right, these girls got to play like there's no net tomorrow. Well, wait a minute. There is no net tomorrow. So they got to stay here, play to win. All right, this is the 57th match of the season. Again, they're at a 59% win rate. 9 games over 500. Serve goes to Anaya Tall. Back, cross court. Yes! Woo! Nice touch by Big Red. Jaden Meyer from Miracosta High School. All right, set point. Jaden's back to serve. All right, serve comes short and over. Cross court over to Anaya. Anaya catches hands. Woo! All right, set goes to LOBB, and there's nothing more that we LOBE than winning sets. So we are going to go into our 20th third set of the season. All right, everybody out there in virtual land may want to just take a moment, breathe, grab yourself some coffee, make a bagel.
Is making his lift, checking it twice. Okay, is this thing on? Hello, Volleyball Nation. TikTok generation, Snapchat survivors, and grandparents that still text with one finger. We are going into the third set. of the first match of 3 today. Looking for that reverse sweep. The first serve comes over again. Deja vu. And Naya earns the point. And Chris is back to serve. Chris picks up the dig. Marley to the set. All right, ball goes free over.
Yes, nice hit by Jaden. Ball goes out, no touch. Point LOVD. 2-7-1. All right, ball goes over the tape. Serve is good. In system, Marley for the set. Anaya for the hit. All right. 2's on the court. It's a race to 15 in this third set. Coming out of Salt Lake City, these girls have really turned around their wins in 3. Point LOVD. All right, Anaya back to serve into the net. Let's get these scores right. All right, 3's across the board. And with that hit, that's an LOVB point. All right, Chris checks out. Abby checks out. Lily is the middle blocker position. And so smooth, number 4. Back to serve. Serve is good. Block this. Oh, fooled at the block. Tied at 4s. All right, Chris checks back in. Serve comes to Chris. Marley for the set. Tristan Bailey for the hit. All right. Joust at the net. Caught the tip. Favor of LOVD. And Gnarly Marley with her parents, Corn and Sarah, in tow. All right, nice touch. Point LOVD. All right, game on. Marley's serve is good. Ball goes wide and out. We're on the right side of 7. Still a road to hoe. Marley picks up that line. Unreturned, point Forza. right, serve goes over to Tristan. Marley for the set. Back to Lily for a tap over the tape. Ooh. Little nasty tooled on that block. All right, proverbial 6'7", 7. On the right side. All right, looking for a strong side out here. All right. All right, tries to slow it down. Doesn't get it over the net. Tied at 7s now. It's a race to 8. Best way to get there, start with a side out. Okay, serve receive error. It's not great, but Forza gets to 8 first. All right, Chris picks up the serve. Marley for the set. Over to Jaden on the outside. Overpass, back comes over to the net. Back set to Tristan. Puts it in the spot. Woo! Race to 7. All right, serve is good. All right, block comes down in favor of Forza. Serve comes to Tristan. Serve receive there. 10 now serving. Yes, Anaya's catching hands. Taking names. Lily checks out. Abby checks in. Chris back to serve. All right, serve goes wide to the right. All right, timeout. All right, serve comes over to Anaya. Marley for set. Back to Anaya. Touches it, picks it up. All right, yeah, there we go, Jaden. Woo! All right, in double-digit territory now, 10 serving 11. Big Red back to serve. Key point right here on the race to 15. All right, serve is good. There you go, Tristan. Marley for the set. Anaya for the hit and the kill. Woo! Killing it on the court. Tied now at 11s. It's a race to 4. Need to win by 2. Again, serve is good. Unable to pick that up. All right, serve comes over to Anaya. All right, Anaya was able to reach for that one. It is within reach. All right, serve is good. Yes. Oh, cross court. We are going this way and we are going that way. Way to reach for it, Chris. All right, timeout. Slow it down. Take a pause. Take a breath. All right, cross court over to Tristan. Nice block. Jaden's there to pick it up. Yeah. Power hit still in play. Yes, nice block at the net. Good rally. Oh, unable to pick up the tip. Oh. All right, this is match point. Looking for a side out to stay in it to win it. All right, Naya picks up the serve. Chris gets it. Marley, quick set over to Abby. Abby lands it out of reach. All right, we got some changes. Abby's coming out. Lily's checking in. So smooth. Ava Chappelle, number 4 from Miracosta High School. Back to serve. Lily's flanked by Tristan and Marley, and Forza will take the opportunity to slow it down. And a timeout. So again, just run a show. The winner of this game will play again at 11, and the loser will play at 10. Winner falls into the top 6, loser falls into the bottom 6. Again, top 12 out of 185 total Southern California, Southern Nevada teams here in the Anaheim Convention Center. Most notably, the happiest place on earth, just outside of the hot zone in Garden Grove. Avoid that 22 at all costs. All right, Ava serve over the tape and good. In system, Marley and Ava for the set. Over to Tristan for the hit. And it's not coming over free. There is nothing free about that. That was a kill and a win for Forza. So this LOVB team will be playing immediately at 10 a.m. And if I check my clock, we're running about 14 minutes late. So approximately 10:30, 10:35. I will be back on the feed here, streaming live with all of you. Well, so far my bracket's 100% correct.
and he's checking in twice.
I better